Devils? J-Dog back there, some more goddamn questions. Questions we're going over today. The video just brought up. Beach balls at shows and bootlegs at Hell's Headbanger store. What's your take, J-Dog? Question mark. 188 comments posted 2 weeks ago. First one, Ricky Jones. J-Dog, have you heard of the recent ban by Cannibal Corpse and Deicide members called Umbilicus? No, I'm not. Which fucking members is that? He got to reply. I have no idea what you're talking about. Ricky Jones replying to John Stamos. Hey, yeah, thank you, John. Coming soon, more Daily Devils questions and more. He doesn't say anything more about it. Let me know. Is it out? Is it something that are they doing? A demo, an EP, an album? What are they putting out, and which members is it? So yeah, just let me know on that. If it's fucking kind of, I'm already gonna be super turned off. If it's like, yeah, it's Deicide members, the members from 2019. I'm like, oh great, the two guys I can't remember the fucking names. I mean, so when I think Deicide members, I'm thinking Steve, Glenn, or the Hoffman brothers. So if it ain't that, it ain't Deicide members. And then Cannibal guys, be curious which ones that is too. Eschaton. What's up, J-Dog? Have you heard any music from the band Sanguisugabogg? So what do you think about it? Just watch the channel, brah. They've been mentioned way more times than they probably deserve on the channel. The spirit of death metal. Hells, Justin, do you think Cannibal Corpse is still the measuring stick of cool death metal bands? I think they're the kings of death metal. So yeah, kind of in a sense. I mean, again, when I hear shit like that, he's got a bunch of laughy faces in there too, like he's in the cool club or something, and I'm not. What bands are you referring to? Brah, brah. I mean, it's going to be some newbie ass Sanguisugabogg 200 stab ones, and I'm sorry to say it again, nothing against those bands. I don't even think they suck. Frozen Soul's another one. Frozen Soul live. I thought they're still you have to get to listen to them on audio. I'm going to though for sure, especially when I see something come in. I think we're just a lot of the shit. And to be completely honest, I just keep forgetting to check the shelves. But I'm assuming sold out because I haven't pulled one for an order in a while. Live, I thought the songs were thoroughly enjoyable. Just the fucking lingo in between tracks was beyond fucking annoying. But yeah, live, I thought they sounded really, really good. They're a new band. But even then, dude, like none of those bands even hold a candle to Cannibal. I'm sorry, they just fucking don't. It's just that's not even my opinion. That's just a fucking fact. If anyone thinks otherwise, it tells me you're 12, 15, 17 years old. In which case, a newbie, and what do we know about the newbies, the youngins? It means 99.9% chance when you're 30 years old, your ass ain't even going to be here. So quite frankly, I really don't give a shit what your opinion is. We'll see me in 15 years when you actually have a metal education under your goddamn bullet belt and proof that you're going to be fucking be here. Put your goddamn earn your fucking stripes, motherfucker. That's what the fuck I'm getting at. So there's that. And then as far as older bands, okay, the classics. Who's cooler than Cannibal? I mean, you can argue fucking Morbid Angel, Deicide, the Sinisters, and shit like that. But it's not outlandish to think like Cannibal. Yeah, I think Cannibal's cooler than Incantation. I mean, or Mortician. But you can argue those fucking bands. They'll come over here saying something stupid as fuck, like Paradise Lost or something. The band that's got basically two respectable albums, and then fucking Canoe City onwards. Like, cause you get guys, they'll say dumb shit like that. Um, and I mean, I'm gonna talk about black metal grindcore because you're talking death metal as far as the measuring stick of cool death metal. So who is it then, brah? And again, you can't even use bands like Possessed. Okay, a band that had basically had 2 records and then disbanded and came back. And honestly, I don't even think the only thing that I think is considered kind of death metal by them is Seven Churches. I thought Beyond the Gates and Eyes of Horror, which I do like. Those are just kind of like thrash records. I don't even think they're even really death metal. Did like the comeback album though too, and I could put that as 80s fucking old school death metal. But it's like they barely have anything. They got kind of 2 death metal records, I guess, if you want to get super technical. Death, same thing. They got pretty much 2 death metal records, first generation death metal, goddammit. So you can't really use them because they started changing drastically. So you can't use them as the cool measuring stick for fucking death metal. Again, yeah, you can use a obituary. That'd be an acceptable pick. But how many bands is there? It's like saying it's like it's outlandish thing. It's like they're kind of the measuring stick, man. Again, other bands, obituary, incantation, morticians, sinisters, the ones I said, those would be acceptable picks too. But what is there in totality that you could use as a measuring stick? Otherwise, you're just kind of looking like a jackass. 25, 30 bands, maybe? Because I'd even say as a measuring stick, you can use bands that became later on that, stuck to their guns and, they become big boy material, I guess, and have many albums under the belt. I mean, bands like Christian, Dying Fetus, and shit like that. I would say you could use those, but don't come over here using Sanguisugabogg or something. Guys have been around for 2 years. What the fuck are you talking about? They can't use them as the measuring stick. They're a bunch of newbies. That's not an attack on them. They're just new. They're not cooler than Cannibal. Out of your fucking gourd, brah, brah. Again, I'm seeing these more and more. I'm going to start calling these fucking 12-year-olds out on this goddamn channel because it's either, dude, you're 12, drunk or high or fucking stupid with some of these fucking comments. Cannibal is a measuring stick? Who the fuck else were you going to use, brah, brah? And again, even if you don't like them, it's not like that's an outlandish fucking pick. Goatman, hey J-Dog, what is Death Dealer from Vomiter like? Do you like Spirit Longinus? Any stories of Aussie metal dudes you know? Never met Death Dealer. I never met any of the guys in Vomiter, at least not to my knowledge. The only guys I've kind of met is what's his face, the front man for Gospel of Horns. I met him very briefly when Gospel of Horns played this douche fucking land, fucking Cleveland. Dude, that's officially. Actually, I'll just probably wasn't officially. Maybe it was before. Well, it was probably before that. But just say it for good fucking story time. That was officially when I knew that this fucking town is a bunch of goddamn poser ass fucking non-rock and roll fucking Hall of Fame city canoe land. Is when Gospel of Horns played here, flew all the way from Cleveland. Did they play Cleveland? They sure did, brah, brah. And I'm not even exaggerating. There was maybe 30 people there. 50 max, and that's me being so motherfucking generous. Definitely not 100. There is no, and I'm pretty sure it was a fucking weekend night too. But even if it wasn't, it was a weekday. Don't give me that fucking shit. I've gone to goddamn Frozen Soul was a goddamn weekday. That was a Sunday night. That was packed to the gills. Granted, it was open for Naples. It doesn't fucking matter the goddamn reason. There should have been fucking more people. If you're claiming you're in a goddamn metal and you see some metal as hell looking at the bones, goddamn Gospel of Horns, if you don't know them, that's a pretty neat name. See the logo? Pretty cool fucking logo. Just do 5 seconds of goddamn research. Oh, black and fucking thrash, I think that would be considered, from Australia, influenced by Destroyer 666, coming to shithole fucking Cleveland for the first time, probably the last time ever. Why wouldn't you be at that? And again, I'm pretty sure it was a weekend too, but even if it wasn't, still no goddamn pass. Well over 100 people there. That's when they get, dude, this fucking city sucks, and it's full of goddamn posers. And yeah, there's guys that show up to shows and shit like that, but that's the litmus test. If you're my age or older, if you weren't at Gospel of Horns, as far as I'm concerned, you're a fucking poser. Get the fuck lost. That's if you're living in Cleveland. That's the litmus test right goddamn fucking there. There's no reason about that. That's why something like with J-Dog front out the dough to bring Hemorrhage over here to Cleveland on his own dime. Part of me wants to. I'm like, but I'd fucking lose my shirt like fucking on that shit. Because what is it? It'd be 50 people? Maybe 100? Maybe? That's fucking stupid. But something else, some dumb shit will come through and it's packed to the gills. Makes no goddamn fucking sense. And as far as other homeboys from fucking Australia stories, got no stories other than Glenn from Destructor, which I've already told that on the channel. And Spirit of Longinus, isn't that just some racist metal that probably J-Dog doesn't care about? I've heard it. It didn't stick with me, I know that. Rodney Barr, J-Dog, Rob Baird is the Cannibal Corpse guitarist you were drawing a blank on. Oh, was I forgetting his name? But that's a problem because there's Rob Barrett, there's Bob Rousey. I get them mixed with Rob and Bob. But yeah, Rob Barrett's, and then he obviously did sing for the first Solstice album. That's the only Solstice record I liked, was the one he sang on. All Malevolent Creation shit he's on, but it was great. I think it's funny. So I think he admits it on the goddamn it's on the Centuries of Torment DVD. I met Rob too, and he seemed like a pretty laid back, cool guy. Seems like kind of like just a laid back Southern guy. That's the vibe I got. I could be fucking wrong. Only met him once, I think. Had him sign only ones at the time. Well, I think the only ones that he was out on the time. I definitely had him sign my Malevolent Creation Retribution, maybe 10 Commandments. I can't remember if I brought that, but I brought that. I brought Cannibal Corpse to Bleeding and Vile. He signed those. But anyways, in the Century Torment, does he kind of admit like, oh, man, what a dumbass fucking move? It's pretty cool. He's pretty humble and willing to admit his mistakes because played on the Bleeding and Vile, then leaves the band. What the fuck were you thinking, man? Leave the measuring stick, leaving the Kings. Like, what the fuck you doing? Jack Owen, what a bozo, too. Leaves the goddamn band to go to Deicide and 6 Feet Under. Granted, I like some Deicide 6 Feet Under, especially, obviously, you guys all know Deicide, but, I mean, dude, there's no way you're making more money than doing Cannibal. Like, just ride it out. Again, you know what it is. Burn out. It's like, dude, just shut the fuck up, man. I mean, how bad of a job is it, for fuck's sakes? The thing you started for pure passion, you make a living on it. But whatever, he can do what the fuck he wants. I just thought it was dumb city when I heard that. Unless there's some behind the scenes shit I just don't fucking know. But Rob left, and then obviously he lucked out, was able to come back. But I think he says it in Century of Torment. Oh yeah, that was fucking stupid. I think he said what to start maybe his own band or go back to Malevolent. He's going to start a new band or something like that. Maybe restart Solstice. I can't remember the story. Thinking like, yeah, I'll just do this and make a living like Cannibal does. It's like, good luck that. Again, that measuring stick is so goddamn strong that fucking could be hard to make it to that level. So he knew it too. Who played on the Bleeding Vial and left for several years? Yep. Question: what do you think when bands reunite after many years, play shows, but are not interested in writing an album? Um, Kind of like it in a lot of regards because honestly, they might fuck it up. Like as much as I think it becomes, I wouldn't even say as much. I don't want unless it was all original members, and even then, because you know half them fucking canoes don't listen to metal. Scott at best, like another Repulsion album. Um, the idea of it sounds cool, but at the same time, if they ask me, hey, what do you think we should do, Jay? I was all original guys. We all reunited. Should we do another album? I'd say no. You know, it's gonna sound like some modern day bullshit. They're gonna trigger the drums. They're gonna do something fucking stupid. Because quite frankly, to be honest with you too, if you look at the trajectory they were on, which I liked everything by Repulsion. There's the Excruciation 7-inch and shit, which I do like. And the Excruciation 7-inch, for years I didn't know until Relapse did that fantastic fucking double disc. Must admit on that, give credit where credit is due. Um, I didn't know that the Excruciation 7-inch was actually 4 songs. The 7-inch, when it came out, it's just the song Excruciation and Helga Lost Her Head. But there's 2 other tracks. What is it? Face of Decay and House of the Dead, something like that. 2 other songs. Anyways, those songs are good and I like it, but you can already tell it was like more of they were changing. It kind of was almost like it reminds me of it's almost like a little less grindcore, more death metal, kind of like Napalm Death, Utopia Banished. Not saying it sounds like Utopia Banished, but it gave me that vibe. Again, I still liked it, but if they kept going on another album, or today a new album, there's no way it's even be close to the fucking same. So I mean, look what Carcass did. They came back doing albums, and I know some people like some of the later Carcass albums to come back albums. I only picked up the one. It's when it first came out, the Surgical Steel, and it's fine. I mean, I kept it, I guess. I mean, I'm not spinning it very often. Let's just fucking say that. I mean, how many times will I spin it again in my lifetime? I don't know, maybe once, twice, less than 5 times, I would say. Unless I really put it on, it just blows my socks off, but I highly doubt it's going to be the case. But even if you do like the later albums, it's like, okay, well, it's not the same band. It's the Carcass is back. It doesn't sound like Symphonies of Sickness. So I'm trying to think of another example of who would be a band if they were to come back. Um, that would be like, I kind of hope they do another album. Just Mortician, because I don't think they would fuck it up because they're the biggest one trick pony in the goddamn world. But even then, I'm a little hesitant that it might sound like shit or so, but I'm pretty confident. I have 90% confidence that if a new Mortician comes out, that I'll like it. As opposed to if a new Repulsion came out, I have 90% confidence I will not fucking like it. There's exceptions to the rule every now and again, like the Pentagram Chili. I thought that was really good, that album. And before I put it on, I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. But I was looking forward to putting the player just to see how bad it was gonna suck. I'm like, oh shit, fuck. This is actually pretty goddamn good. The New Possessed, I liked that too. My only complaint with the New Possessed album was that it was a little on the long side. The songs were a little long, and it just kind of drug out. But I liked how Jeff's voice sounded. I thought he was going to come in and try to sing like Chris Barnes or something fucking stupid as fuck. Thought there was going to be blast beats and sounding like Sinister. Just like shit. Like, what the fuck is this even Possessed? Pulling a goddamn Satan's Host is what I'm getting at. Thought they were going to pull that shit. I'm like, oh, this sounds like Possessed. And I was like, these songs are, I'm fairly enjoying them. So yeah, Possessed, Pentagram Chili. Every now and again, pull it off where I like it, but 99 times out of 100, I fucking don't. And as far as even them just playing live shows, if it's not, I'm not going to say all original members, but it's got to have at least some. To where it's like, I'm not even fucking interested. Another thing I'm not interested too is especially if they had like a vocalist and he's on majority of the stuff and then they get some JoJo singing. So you got to have the original singer. Goddamn it. You just flat out do. Otherwise, I'm strongly disinterested. Wholesomely beyond my take on the whole beach ball thing. It's just people being stupid and drunk. Agreed on that. Not much more to read into it. I usually only see shit like that in videos from obscene extreme fest. Yeah, but keep in mind, stupid and drunk, somebody had to bring the shit there. So theoretically, when they were fucking blowing the thing up or taking it goddamn deflated, carrying it into the goddamn shows, they were already sober then. So they thought it was a good idea sober. So stupid and drunk, yeah. In the corner, I text fucking Scott and I asked him, so, hey, Scott, do you like goddamn fucking beach balls at a fucking at death metal shows? She probably was, fuck no, that shit's gayer than Pantera. It's like that goddamn gay, huh? I was like, goddamn, that's a fucking J Dog slogan shirt right there. That shit's gayer than Pantera. There's a fucking slogan sticker / shirt for you there, goddamn Layla lover. I thought it was a good one. Curls and Twirls asking about Dehumanized Prophecy Foretold for the millionth time. Asked that. I'm in contact with what's his face from Pathos Productions. Sounds like it's going nowhere though. I mean, this so to give you guys an update on what's going on with Dehumanized. John from Pathos contacted me. No, I contacted him. I'm sorry. Emailed him, told him I was interested, and he said, "Yeah. So what's the offer?" Gave him the offer, and I asked if he has files. I kind of said yes, I guess. And then he's like, "Yeah. So here's my number. Text me. There's more to talk, so that way we could discuss this." I just emailed him back. I'm like, here's my number, man. If you got this on text, I mean, honestly, there's nothing left to talk about. It's like, we want to put it out. We'll give you X amount of royalties of the pressing. Do you have files? Yes. If so, send them to me. Deal's done. When it's out, I'll let you know and I'll mail them to you. That's literally, there's nothing else to talk about. That was 2 weeks ago. I literally, I'm not trying to be a dick. If he sees this, I don't know. I literally have no idea what else there's to talk about. I mean, just send me files, bro. We'll put it out. We put out hundreds of fucking records. We know what we're doing. It'll be out. So now we're not going to stiff you. Like, it's out now. I'm just not sending you nothing. Like, where you got my address. We're not going to dick you. Ask anyone we dealt with. As far as the royalties that we offered, I think I offered them 15, 20% or whatever of the pressing. We're only looking to press 500 copies or so. We're not going to sell 10,000 of those or anything. So I'm at a loss, and I don't know what else there's to talk about. A lot of these guys, that's what I'm saying. Dude, I think these dudes, they just overcomplicate this shit. It's like it's literally as simple as that. It's that fucking simple. We're not working with goddamn Sony or anything like that. There's not some big 10-page contract. It's handshake deal. Like, how many contracts you think we have with Dawn of the Dead? None, zero. It's a fucking handshake deal. That's the way the underground works for the most part. So, because there's other bands I'm still waiting on shit too, like Lord Gore and Frightmare stuff from Billy Razorback. He said, yeah, over a year ago, and I still got nothing. I'm like, I don't get it. I just, I just don't fucking get it. Just send it, bro. Nothing left to talk about. But that's where we're at, and that's usually the way it goes. Heather Tiller, it's actually possible to headbang with a hat on, laugh my ass off. Probably possible. Probably look kind of canoe as fuck looking though. We had a metal show. We going to a goddamn baseball game. Not that I needed to, too, but he's a lot more lax than me. But I asked him the same thing when he came down the shop. I'm like, do you think fucking baseball hats are acceptable on stage? Keep in mind, he doesn't get like a ton of, I mean, like some death metal, but way less than me. He's more of an 80s guy, even 70s. Do you think that's acceptable for a metal band to have on stage? I'm not even talking death metal, Halloween, any bands. Fuck no. I've always known that. No, you don't wear a baseball hat on stage. You don't wear sports jersey on stage. Like, exactly. Exactly. And I never brought it up to him before. You knew exactly. No, that's completely unacceptable. Like, who doesn't know that? I'm like, just go over to my channel and read the comments. You'll find 20 fucking doinks that didn't get the memo. Don't even know what the fuck they're doing in the scene. Vatical Discharge, great Japanese death metal band, intestinal ballism. Yeah, somebody mentioned them on the channel. I've yet to listen to them. I've seen it come through the shop, so I know of them. Somebody says like melodic grindcore or something, or melodic. I wasn't expecting that. I just thought it was going to be just straight up grindcore. But it's in my bucket list. When I see the name come through again, I'll put it on the player. But I have not listened to him, but definitely seen the name come through the shop. Mike Violet, AJ Dog, my HHB order should be here today. When you get here, do you want to come in and jam out and have a beer? May as well, man. Be on a fucking break by the time I get to your goddamn place. Getting off the fucking hell's goddamn jet. I'm gonna need to stretch my fucking legs, man. They get a little cramp from delivering all those packs. Flying from town to town, you know what I mean? Let's see if we get one more. Might make it to the top of this one. We usually don't. If there's any more question marks. Not seen them, not seen them. Any more goddamn. Poser Metal Records. The only channel I can think of the sports content more than J Dogs is Metal Mickey. That he does. People are still going on with that. And then last one, not a question. Yeah, made it all the way to the goddamn top. Very rarely do we that. That's good old J Dog spending 13 plus minutes answering a question about a volleyball. Hey, had to drill it into the fucking dum dums' heads, man. These fucking boom so ass motherfuckers they just don't get it. So I gotta talk to them like they're 3 years old. Come on, Bobby. So there's no beach balls allowed to death medal. But you ask anyone else who's in the fucking know, again, I text Scott and because I just wanted to hear what he'd say. I already knew what his fucking answers would be. I thought it was just gonna be no, I don't like them. That shit's gayer than Pantera. Just, yeah, they know. You know what I mean? Don't need to ask Athner what he thinks. I'm sure he's thinking the same goddamn thing. Never asked him, but I would bet money on something along those lines. Got to explain it to the fucking 3-year-old Sally's watching. That's all. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to explain it to these young special snowflakes that are out there. Comes questions, you know what to do. Put Scott Bosky in tomorrow morning. Later, goddamn it.